You're listening to LOA Recon with Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma. Let's have some manifesting fun together. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. I'm smiling because I just hung up with a client at the very end of our session. She asked me, "What's your best manifestation?" And I didn't miss a beat. I instantly knew what it was. Her! It was this! It's me getting to talk to you all about conscious creation. You know, once upon a time that was such a fantasy. It was a fantasy I didn't really even believe in. I was losing friends because I was talking about law of attraction. All I wanted to talk was to talk with others who wanted to talk about this. And eventually that crazy dream developed into, and wouldn't it be nice if I got paid for it? And that's what I get to do now. In client sessions at Good Vibe University, in these podcast episodes. Man, thanks for being part of my dream come true. It is my favorite part, my favorite thing I've ever manifested. So freaking cool. So last night I had a friend who wanted to hang out. And I said, yeah, I'd like to, but I got some things I got to do. He's like, what do you got to do? I needed a water. That was the sort of thing that can't wait. Like I had new ground cover that I didn't want to let die. I had a tomato plant. My uncle grows tomato plants for everyone in the family who wants one. And he gave me this fabulous, they're so good, cherry tomato plants. So I had stuff I needed to water. And anyway, he said, well, let me help. And that was a new thing for me. A guy helping me in the yard. Not just planting a tree or fixing the sprinkler, just, the regular everyday pull some weeds, water some bushes routine. I liked it. That's very cool. Because, once upon a time, I told the universe that I wanted someone who wants to help out here. Ta-da! They sent someone. Oh, I love it. Okay, so, I took him up on his offer to help, and I didn't just turn him loose on the garden with a bucket and a hose. I told him, I was going to explain, but I was like, here, let me just show you. So I showed him how to water. That might sound like a really basic thing, but I showed him where to water, what needs water, how much to water, how you go about it. You can't just pour a big bucket on it. You got to understand the plant better than that, right? So did a little demo. I said, like this. And then he helped me water, and I got to hang out after. It was really cool. And then I was talking with someone today about the importance of self-love, and it occurred to me that self-love it's a demo to the rest of the world as to how we should be treated, like the demo I gave my friend about how to water my treasures in the yard. Self-love is our demo to the world about how it should treat us. Because when we treat ourselves well, we set the standard for how others should too. The world can only match our vibration, so when we set the tone of love, the world responds in kind. Or when we set the tone of something besides love, the world responds in kind. That's why it's worth treating ourselves in thought and action the way we would prefer to be treated by others. So how do you want to be treated by others? By your boss or your colleagues or your neighbors, your friends, your family, your primary partners? How do you want them to treat you? Maybe you want them to respect you or be considerate of you or to appreciate you, maybe to love and adore you, maybe to commit to you. If so, it's worth asking yourself, how do you respect yourself? How are you considerate of yourself? How do you appreciate yourself? How do you love and adore yourself or commit to yourself? And when I ask myself those questions today, how do I respect myself? You know what? Last night, I ate watermelon for dinner at 10 p.m. I don't think that's highly respectful. I think that's pretty bare bones. How am I considerate of myself? I'm looking at my calendar. I've got 4 calls booked before noon tomorrow. If a client told me that, I would ask her, is that considerate of yourself? Is that your highest joy schedule? It isn't mine. That's a little much for me. I don't have anything the rest of the day in my defense, but that's a big morning. How am I loving and adoring myself? The other morning, I got up, I was washing my hands, I saw myself in the mirror, and my thought was, you look old. My eyes looked like I had not slept well. I hadn't slept well. I was critical of myself. It would have been so easy to say, okay, maybe not so easy. It would have been worth practicing saying something else, maybe besides, would I greet a loved one in the morning like that? Wow, you look so old. No, never. And I think I'm pretty good at this self-love routine. Come on. How am I committed to myself? Well, I'm committed to my work and to my yard and to my animals. But sometimes my health and well-being sometimes takes a back seat to those other things. These are questions worth asking because when I let boundaries be violated or when I accept less than what I want and just call it good enough, treat it like no big deal, when I put someone else's needs or desires above my own, I'm demoing to the world that this is how they should treat me. This is how they should do it. How they should do it to me. When I drive around in a car that hasn't been detailed since pre-pandemic times, or when I berate myself for not remembering that person's name, or when I judge myself for my eating choices or criticize what I didn't get done today, or I make do with the cheap shoes from the grocery store instead of making a point of getting the ones that treat my feet better, I'm just telling the world this is what to bring me. Half-assed, second best, criticized, good enough, don't worry about me. That's the vibrational tone I'm setting. We could do better than that. When I say we, maybe you've already got a strong game going. Well, I would have thought I had a strong game going too before I asked myself some of these questions. So, it's worth asking. This is why a strong practice of self-love can be a game changer. It can change how people treat you, what they say to you, what the world brings to you. If I can do it for my plants, if I can go out of my way to train someone how to treat them right. I told them, okay, you water right around here, not at the base. You got to water where the roots are. And you can't just pour it because that, the oxygen gets pushed out and it needs oxygen. The plant needs oxygen. So you got to drip slowly. And the plants like it if you tell them what they're doing right. Like tell them how beautiful they are, how good they're doing, or how much you appreciate them. You got to talk to them, I said. I don't know if you took me seriously or not, but I talk to my plants plenty. So even if they didn't get it last night, they'll get it from me next time. But if I can do that for my plants, going out of my way to train someone how to treat them right, surely I can do this for myself. Surely we can do this for ourselves, right? And it isn't just to tell someone how to do it, it's to show them how we do it, how you do it, how I do it. That's what's setting our vibrational tone. We're leading the way. It isn't something you can tell someone to do for you. You have to live it yourself. You are worth loving, so let's get that right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Happy manifesting.